Hi, we are Freya's, and we will be your hosts for the final 2 runs of the marathon. Next up, we have BS Legend of Zelda by Vani. Do you want to take it away and explain what this game is?
I sure do. Thank you very much, Freyas. Hello, everyone. My name is Vani, and I am going to be running a game here called BS Legend of Zelda. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, hey, this basically just looks like the Super Nintendo version of the original Zelda game. Well, that's not quite the case. In fact, it's far from it, and I will be spending the entirety of this run talking about a lot of the differences that you're going to be seeing here. So, I hope you are in for a real treat here, what we're doing with this game. Now, before we get started, there was a bid war to have either the boy or the girl character be the one that we use, and to no surprise, we're using the girl character. We'll go ahead and, of course, oops, I hope I could press the right button. That would look great. That's the one. Oh, you know what? No, we want to do this. We want to do this. Oh, God. There we go. Okay, that's the file we'll be using. Alrighty. If we are ready there at the controls, I'll go ahead and get this run started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, so what you're seeing here in the very beginning is probably going to look familiar. We walk into this cave, an old man says it's dangerous to go alone, take this. He gives us the wooden sword, and off we go. Now start the differences, all right? Now, one thing, if you're familiar with the speed run of the original game, there is going to be some things that are definitely similar in regards to manipulating bomb drops, but the way that we do it is a little different. So I'm deliberately killing that guy first in hopes that he would have given me a bomb, and he didn't. So this will be fun. Now, on this screen here, I'm going to be killing this blue Octorok last, and when I do, he's going to give me a bomb that I desperately need. All right. We're going to be using bombs liberally throughout this entire run. So being able to manipulate them is crucial for this run. Okay, into level 1 we go. It's in the same place. However, the layout of all of the dungeons in this game are completely different from the first one. So anything that you thought you knew, abandon those thoughts. It is only this now. Now, another thing to explain is, hey, why is this called BS Legend of Zelda? Is that something, vulgar or memey or anything like that? And that is very much not the case. The BS stands for Broadcast Satellaview. Now, what the Satellaview was, it was a peripheral that was released, for the Super Famicom back in, I think it was 95. And it was essentially the very first, video game downloading or streaming service. This game was originally released there, but it was released in 4 separate parts, and each part was separated by a week. I just grabbed the map so you can see what the layout of this dungeon is. Definitely different from, I believe it's the Eagle that is the level 1 in the first quest. So this game was, you would download a segment where you'd be able to play the first 2 levels, and then a week later you'd be able to play the 3rd and 4th, so on and so forth. What I'm playing here is, it is just one ROM. It is all 4 of those segments essentially stitched together so that you can play the entire game in one sitting, which is what we are going to be doing here. Now, this next room is pretty important when it comes to the counts and the drops. Okay, I got everything I needed there. I got the 5 rupee because I was short on money. I got the bombs, that was crucial. The fairy is nice too, in case I had taken damage going in there. It's nice to have beams for this room, as you can see. But I had already full health, so that's okay. Alrighty, just a few more rooms here, and then we are done with level 1. We're just going to go up to the skeleton, and we're just going to go boop, and just rip that key right out of his rib cage, and do him no harm. All right. Just just going to pop down here, pick up this key so I can open this door. And then this is going to be a familiar foe. This is Aquamentus. We're just going to drop 2 bombs there, and we're good. Pick up the heart container, and off we go.
So we have to ask, is level 1 still named the Eagle in this game?
No, it is an S. Now, the first 6 levels, not in this order, but the first 6 levels are going to be an S, a T, a G, an I, another G, and then an A. Those, that spells Saint Geiga, which is the developer of the actual Satellaview device that was used. So that's kind of a little Easter egg for the ones that actually made the device itself that distributed this game. I'm going to do the same thing here. Use our iframes to just take that key right out of the skeletons, or the Stalfo's rib cage, and off we go. So, probably a good time to talk about the manipulations that I'm doing as far as the drops. There is, very similar to the first Legend of Zelda, there is a counter when it comes to your kills that starts at 0, goes all the way up to 9, and then after the 9th kill, it resets back to 0. Now, also like the original Legend of Zelda, there are certain enemies that have their own drop tables or groups in which they have, where they will drop certain things. Now, the enemies in the critical group are pretty much the same as the first one, and those are the ones that drop the bombs. In that group, they will drop bombs. If they're going to drop anything, it will be when the count gets to either 1, 7, or 9. So right now, my count is at 1. Now it's at 2. I want to get it to 2 there. And so the timing of enemies that I kill. So let's see. If I kill this one, it should drop a fairy. So that tells me I'm at count. My count is at 4, which is good. So this is something that I'm going to be paying very careful attention to all the way through. What is it? Level 6. Well, actually, in the time right after level 6. Now, here's kind of an interesting difference here from the original game. So we pick up the blue candle in the shop. That's the same. But on this next screen here, you see that wall of trees over on the left side of the level? That's kind of like a way to gate you out of progressing. In the first segment of the game, the candle was not available. You would only be able to get it once you got to the second segment, and then you could progress. So, but again, with this being all of the levels put together, it kind of does that same gating, even though it's one wrong. So we encounter a lot of the same, I guess, issues, if you want to call them that we did with that you would with the original version. Okay, now here we are into level 3. Now, something that I'm going to be doing here, and I'll be doing it in quite a few dungeons after this, is I'm going to be taking an intentional death. Oops. I want to get you guys lined up and get you to drop that bomb. I didn't want to pick up that heart, actually. That's going to make this a little more difficult, but that's okay. So, another thing to mention here. I am doing the 100% category of this run. Now, this means that I'm going to be picking up all heart containers, all bomb upgrades, all permanent items, and the final version of anything that could be upgraded, like, the ring, swords, the boomerang, so on and so forth. So we take that intentional death, and the reason why we do is we just continue straight away, and it takes us to the very beginning of the dungeon. This saves us time that we would, it saves us from having to backtrack and take longer than it would to get to this point, as opposed to just doing that death warp and taking us right out to the beginning. Now, money is also rather important in this game. You see me, I've been to 2 dungeons so far where I have picked up a whole bunch of those 5 rupees beforehand. I picked up all of those there. There's going to be several things that we need to buy. Like I mentioned before, the bomb upgrades are things that we will need to buy. Fortunately, in this version, bomb upgrades only cost, bomb upgrades only cost 50 as opposed to the 100 that they cost in the original game. That's good. now it's at this point that my bomb count and the bombs that I use start to become very, very critical. All right, I've got to get a double there. Let me get him here. Kill you and you. Oh, I want that fairy. Please give that to me immediately. Yes, okay, good. All right. I took lots of time to do that, but I regret nothing. All right, here growling coming from the next room. Well, the next room is only accessible by bomb. All right. All right, going into this area with beam swords, assuming that these bats in here are not rude. It's actually very nice. No rude bats, perfect. We like polite bats. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. All right, now, the boss of this level, which is through that next door, is Manhandla, much like it is in the original one at level 3. However, this Manhandla, typically speaking, moves in a much, much more predictable fashion. So one-shotting it there with the bomb is a heck of a lot easier to do. All right, now here's where things starts to get interesting as far as the bombs go. Right now my count is at 4. So what I want to do is I'm going to get it to 5 by killing this guy. I'm going to get it to 6 by killing this one. Okay. We're going to pop up here because we have to do one of the take any's, as they are called, where you can choose either a red potion or a heart container. There are 4 of these throughout the game. We are always going to choose the heart container because that's what's required for 100%. We're going to dodge that guy right there. And then we're going to go... And this is kill number 7. He's in the bomb group, so I knew he was going to give me a bomb. Now, we're going to do another manipulation here coming up shortly. We're going to kill this guy here, number 8. Roast that tree and then kill this guy. That's number 9, and he would have given me a bomb had he dropped something. Now, in level 4, there's actually a pretty unique dynamic when it comes to the count. The only time the counter advances is if you kill an enemy in such a way that it would drop something. It doesn't matter if it actually drops it or not. You just kill it in such a way that it would drop it. Okay? Now, for example, these guys here, when you hit them with the wooden sword, they split into the 2 little gels, and they never drop anything. So killing them in this fashion does not advance the counter. However, if I were to kill them with a bomb, which would just destroy them straight away, that would advance my counter. And that's actually going to be coming up, that's actually going to be pretty important in a room coming up not too long from now in this dungeon. I'm just killing all these bats because I know I'll get a bomb drop in here, just a floor drop. And yeah. That's the, what do you call it? The Landmola. A lot of the same things that we saw in the run before. All right, so it's this next room coming up where it's important. So I've got a whole bunch of, I'm sorry, not a whole bunch. I got 2 likes to kill. Now I want to do this with bombs because it's faster. Now I've got to pay attention to the fact that I did kill that Zol with the bomb, so that advanced my counter by 1. So I need to be mindful of this as I leave here. Oops. Oh, come on. Okay. Same thing here when it comes to killing these, what do you call them? The dark nuts with the bombs. If at the time you drop the bomb, you are facing the dark nut when it explodes, it will not do damage to it. So you either need to be facing, a direction to the side or the opposite direction so that the bomb will actually do damage. Fortunately here, we get a bomb upgrade, which not only increases my capacity by 4, but fills my bombs to full. Okay. I'm just going to be walking over to the boss now. So, Freyas, if we have any donations that come in, this would be a good time.
Yes. We have one donation for ours, which says, "Hey, Vani, don't forget to switch to the ocarina in level 7. Did I remind you in time? 3 cheers for Winter Pride. Thank you for your donation."
Thank you very much, Chris.
Which leads to 2 questions that we have for you. 1, did they rename the recorder to an ocarina officially in this game?
Yes.
And 2, it looked like the world map was compressed into an 8x8 square.
It is about roughly 1/4 the size of the original map. It is rather condensed. You notice that the layout of a lot of the stuff is very similar, like, the Lost Woods and the Graveyard are in the southwest, Death Mountains in the northwest, Casino Corners in the northeast, and all that stuff. So a lot of those things are the same. But the exact layout is going to be a bit different. Okay, so let's see here. My count going in was 9. I killed 1 Zol, 2 Dark Nuts, and 2 Pole's Voice, so it was at 4. Now it's at 5 because I killed that guy. So I have to be mindful of this because I want to try to manipulate a bomb drop as we go into level 5. Level 5 is noteworthy for requiring a whole boatload of bombs to get through. First use of the ocarina here. The direction that we face is going to be crucial when we get picked up by the little tornado there as to where it takes us. And just like in the original game, it takes you to levels in which you've collected the Triforce. There's a bomb drop. Beautiful. So we know our count's at 7. We want to get it to 8 before we go into level 5. Now, before we go into level 5, there's a really cool thing that happens here with the purchasing of a potion. You see, this guy says, buy it, it's cheap. Potion is only $10 as opposed to the 40 would be in a shop, and we don't even need the letter to get it, which is great. Now we're in level 5. I'm going to be dropping bombs everywhere in here. It's just going to be silly. But because of the way that I've set up my count, I'm going to try to get as many bomb drops as possible going through here. So, Gibdos. These are really tough enemies, take a lot of hits. But with bombs, we can get through them pretty quickly. Another nice thing about bombs in this game is that the cloud of smoke lingers for quite a bit after you drop them. In fact, I've seen it do damage to enemies after the actual sprite work for the clouds have actually disappeared. So it gives you a lot of room for error when it comes to doing that. So. All right. Got to go through here. Hopefully we don't get trolled by the Wizrobes, and we don't. That is nice. All right. We bought the bait before. This is where we use it here in level 5. I didn't get to drop it immediately upon entering the room, which doesn't really matter. It's just kind of fun to do. All right. On our way through here. In the door. Out the door. So we can push a block this way. Unfortunately, we haven't discovered any glitches for this game. So things like block clipping and all that stuff that you might be used to in the runs of the original game don't exist, at least not yet. We're hoping somebody can find those for us. All right. There we go. Down here. All right. Now, what's coming up next is kind of interesting. I'm going to take that Gibdo hug. I'm not mad about it. In fact, I'll take another one. I'll also take a bomb upgrade. This gets me to 16, which is great because I've got a whole bunch of bombs that I need to be using for the rest of this dungeon. In fact, you know what? Another Gibdo hug. Gibdos need love too. And Dodongos need bombs, so we're going to give a whole bunch here because there's 3 in this room. Unfortunately, unlike the original game, you can't do the trick where you hit them with the smoke underneath and you can stab them with the sword and get the guaranteed bomb drop. No such luck here. All right, you might have noticed I'm taking a whole bunch of damage. This is very intentional because I'm going to grab the step ladder, and then I'm going to do another intentional game over to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. Great. All right, now would be a good time to sneak in some donations if you have them. If you don't, that's okay too.
Let's see if we have any.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like we have a donation from Little Melly Mooncat, who said, first, a huge thanks to the Trevor Project and all the great work it does. I've personally seen the impact that it has on individuals. Thanks to the tech crew, runners, hosts, and everyone who helped put together this event together. Huge shout out to the generous chat. Good luck, Vonnie. Can we hit 11k? Let's go. We definitely think we can hit 11k by the end of this run. Get your donations in. And we have a donation from Rujasu, which says, Vonnie doing a great job as usual. Thank you for your donations.
Thank you both for those donations and those comments. I appreciate them. All right, we're going to get the bomb drop here just for a little safety. We should be able to get one from this red dark nut here, and we do. Fantastic. Okay, now you are going to drop a fairy, which I am very excited to see because I took a hit from those Wizrobes in there, and I was not too pleased about that. We want to make sure that we've got plenty for the rest of this level because the boss is coming up soon. We got 2 rooms here. Oh, thank you. Where we're going to be fighting some Gibdos. Another bomb drop? Oh, what a dear. Oh, thank you so much. Oh boy, don't touch me, please. Number 1 rule. Don't touch me. Okay. Oh, a double here. I'd love to see it. Another double? Beautiful. What a room. All right, there's a block right there to push, trust me. All right, now we fight Patra, which was not a boss in any of the levels. It was only something that you saw in level 9. This Patra looks very scary. However, it is not. It will only just move up and down here. So as long as I got my visual cue on the floor of where I can stand, where I know I'm safe. And now we just sit here and we just stab him in the side of the head a few more times. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Sweet. Out we go. All right. Now we got 12 bombs. That is a fantastic count to have coming out of level 5. Just beautiful. Okay. So coming out of there, my count is always 4, and I need to get it to 8 before I get into the next dungeon. Now it's 5. All right, we're going to pop in here. We're going to buy a key. At this point, now that I've gotten past, I believe it's either level 4 or 5. I think it might be 5. All of the shops are, I get a 50% discount in all shops. So, that's good. Let's all the way back to level 1. Okay, you're number 6, I guess. You just decided to get in my way. All right, we are going to burn this tree here to get yet another secret. The last thing we have to buy in this game is going to be coming up. Now, I'm going to go back into the shop where I bought the blue candle before. The blue candle was 60 and the arrows were 100. But now you see the blue candle is 30 and the arrows are only 50, which is very nice. So just pick those up. All right, so my count's still at 6, I believe. I need to get it to 8. There's 7. All right, there's 8. Never mind. I just decided to get in my way. So we'll just have to dance around these guys. I won't fight back. Now we come over here. It's a nice juicy heart container sitting there. I'll get that on the way back. But for now, I'm going to head into level 6. I'm going to go ahead and equip those freshly purchased arrows. I'm going to make a room coming up here very easy to get through. We're just going to go, yeah, and yeah. Perfect. All right. Take a bump there. Oops, I didn't want to get bumped to the left because we have to bomb into here. Grab his key. Take a bump right there. Okay, now, this is fun. Oh, shoot. Okay. That should be good. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right. I want to take a hug from you and you again, and that's it. All right. I only have half a heart. I am setting up an intentional game over. I really hope I don't get rude bats here. Rude bats would be very, very disappointing. Oh, yeah. No, you're dying. You're dying. Oh, good. You're going to stop. You're going to fly away. That's perfect. We're going to pick up this rod that we never use. This is going to take us right back to the beginning. This is going to make getting through this next section a lot faster. All those nice blue rupees, we don't need them. We're not buying anything else for the rest of the game. Just like in the original game, shooting arrows does cost 1 rupee. However, I've got way more than enough for all of my arrow firing needs for the rest of the run. So collecting money at this point is Not important. But what is important is getting this key right here. And getting you out of the way so you don't give me a hug. That is not a hug that I want. Oops. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. Okay, that's just going to make this next room a little slower. Because, unfortunately, I cannot afford to hug a Gypto. So let's hope that they just kind of get out of my way. Oh, no. All 4 of them are going to go right up to this corner here. Fantastic. Okay. Down away. All right. Everyone say hi, Goma. Bye, Goma. There we go. Okay. So, that is it for level 6. Now, some interesting stuff is going to start happening here, now that we're done with level 6. First of all, we're going to get the powerful boomerang. This boomerang not only traverses the entire screen, but it actually does damage. It doesn't just stun enemies, which is very cool. We're not really, well, actually, we're going to use it to collect an item in one spot, but that's it. Okay. So kill that guy. Now my count is 6. I would like to get as many bombs as possible here, if I can. We're going to pick up the letter. We never turn it in, but we do need to get it for the 100% category. And now we're going to go, you, bombs. All right, great. Let's kill the red and then the blue, bombs. Perfect. All right, that's enough. That's all I need. All right, get that heart container. Make sure we're facing right and get out of here. All right, back to level 2, because now that we have the step ladder, we can go across. And we can go across. I'm going to pop up here. Now, this screen might look familiar if you're familiar with the first game. This is where you would get the white sword. But lo, it is the strongest sword, the Master Sword. So this is essentially like the magical sword from the first game. Here's the nice thing about the magical sword, or the Master Sword in this version, such as the case may be. There is no heart container restriction on getting it. The only restriction is, the game actually allowing you to do it. So if we're doing the any percent category where you finish the game, I believe was with either 5 or 6 heart containers. It doesn't matter. You can still get the strongest sword. And it's all good. All right, rocks to the face, no problem. Gonna bomb this wall here. Here's another one of our take any's. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Come on over here. Whoops. And we're going to wake you up, kill you immediately, and pick up the power bracelet. More reminiscent of the one that, like, Chun-Li wears. All right, now here's something that is definitely unique to this game. We're going to pop into this area here without getting stabbed by Lionel. There's that. And we're going to pick up the red ocarina. Now, what this is going to do, especially on its first use, well, it does a couple things. One of which is it plays a little chime on any screen where there's a secret in the overworld. We don't care about that. What we do care about is on its first use, it's going to take us to this special screen here that's only accessible by the red ocarina. There's the super boomerang getting me those bombs. Okay, you found the magical key room by Trey and Con. Trey and Con are 2 of the individuals who worked on the assembly of this ROM here, and they gave themselves a shout out in there. And you know what? They deserve it, because it's really cool what they did here with this ROM. So shout outs to Trey and Con and everyone else that helped to make this possible. All right, so now, so this is the only deviation from the numeric order of dungeons. We did 1 through 6 in order, but now we're going to do level 8. And level 8 starts out with something rather interesting. We push a block in here in the very entrance room, and there's the silver arrows. Not difficult to get at all, well, especially if you know where they are. But if you think about it, now, again, I want you to look at this room as I go into it. Normally we have those little kind of like gargoyle-looking turrets, but instead we've got these blocks. Well, there's those 2 turrets at the bottom, but that's it. We're going to come in here, pick up the magical book for the rod that we will never use. I think it's called the Hylian book in this, but it's the book. Hello, drop the bomb, please. Thank you very much. Okay, stay out of my way. Also, oh, actually, I'll take that bump for sure. Beautiful. All right. No, don't touch me. You know not to do that. All right. Now, this Patra kind of sucks, and I think it just has to do something with the way the ROM is set up. Two of its little babies that orbit around it are invisible. Still very much need to be killed before you can damage the Patra, but you can't see them. So you kind of have to be listening for them. As far as, because they do that groan when they take the damage and die and stuff. All right. Pop around there. Okay, now this old man says, those next door can show you to the arrow. Okay, so who's next door? Who are next door? That green hand. That's a wall master. We all know what wall masters do. They drag you back to the beginning of the level, which is where the arrow is. So it's a cheeky little, clue about what you're supposed to be doing there. Now, you might have noticed that I completely ignored those bomb drops, and there's a very particular reason why, which is going to be made apparent shortly. But first, we have our most complicated non-Ganon boss fight here, and we hope we get a good pattern. We didn't, but we still killed the first one anyway, in one cycle. 2 blue Gomas, they take 2 silver arrows each. It is possible to kill the left one and hit the right one with 1 arrow in one cycle, but killing them all in one cycle I don't think is something that can be done, or at least it's something that has not been done yet. Okay, so level 8 is done, and now we get super bombs. If you notice my bomb count, that's an infinity symbol. I can drop bombs forever, which is great because I no longer have to worry about counting or picking up drops or anything like that, which is why I ignored the one in that room there. So gonna be taking some damage here because I'm gonna be setting up a death warp. But for this first part of level 7, there's not a whole lot going on. So Freyas, if we have any donations, go ahead and read them off. That'd be cool.
Yes, we have quite a few. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous, which says, "Thank you for raising so much money for a great cause." You have a $25 donation from Anonymous that says, "Oh, and hey Vonnie, don't forget to switch the ocarina." Another $25 donation from Anonymous, which says, "Thank you for raising so much money for a great cause." A $25 donation from Canadian Panda, which says, thank you for raising so much money for a great cause."
Oh,
and then we have a $5 donation from Anonymous, which says, "Good luck, Vonnie. It's been so much fun watching you go from developing and practicing strats for BS to killing it at marathons. So how much do we need to donate for Puppy Cam?"
Thank you very much for all of those donations. I greatly appreciate it. Well, I tell you what, I know that it is the standard practice of the folks at Power Up with Pride to not do cameras for their runs. So unfortunately, there will be no puppy cam here. I don't want to die yet. Don't touch me. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Yeah. So you'll just have to follow me on my own channel and see Puppy Cam there, if you haven't already done so. All right, so we got the red candle, and we did our final intentional death warp, or intentional game over. And now we just need to get out of here. Just drop that bomb and we can go. This room really sucks if you don't have that potion that nice gentleman gave me going into level 5. Because it's very scary. But fortunately, let's just drop a bomb on you because we can. Hello. Okay. Speaking of bombs, we've got another Manhandla fight here that we have to do. Where are you going? Right there, into my bomb? Oh no. We're just going to drop bombs everywhere and hope he just falls into one of them. There we go. Alrighty, now, these keys have been annoying all throughout the run. So you know what? They get bombs too. Why not? And then we have a much tougher Aquamentus here that takes a couple of silver arrows and 4 stabs from, lo, the strongest sword, and then it's done. Now, as the donators have told me, I need to switch to the Ocarina before I leave level 7, because we need to use it as soon as we leave here. For some reason, I have this weird mental block about switching to it, but I remember this time, not only because I've gotten a lot better about it, but because of those lovely reminders that came in via donations. Thank you all so much, folks. All right, so we have finished all 8 dungeons. Now it is time to confront Ganon. Now you notice everything has gotten very stormy and ominous. This tells us that the final fight is almost upon us, but there's a couple more things we need to do, because 100%. We need to pop into here and get this red ring. Now, you might have said, hey, we watched you walk by here, go into level 3. How come you didn't get it then? It's because you have to collect a certain number of Triforce pieces before you can wake up those Armos. In fact, I believe it's either 5 or 6 that you need to do before you can get them. So having only 2 when we went by there the first time meant that we couldn't get it. And obviously backtracking to get it once we were able to do so is prohibitive as far as the amount of time that it would consume. So we don't get it until the very end. One thing we also get at the very end here, once this P-hat gets out of the way, is our final take any. This now will get us to all 16 heart containers that we need. All right, as far as item collection, we are done. The only thing that's done is the only thing that's left to do is to go into level 9 and fight Ganon and rescue the kidnapped. But instead, we're going to go into this very beginning cave because level 9 is basically here. The old man has taken a faceplant, and the reason for that is Ganon. He was here all along. Now, level 9 is basically this room here, this hallway where we use our Triforce pieces to unlock the door, and then the fight with Ganon himself. Now, there's a very important strat that I hope I get here. And we do. We call this strat Giggle Pig because I've already released the sword and he laughs at me, but you know what? We get the last laugh because bam, we hit him right away. All right, now it's a guessing game. Where's Ganon? I don't know. He's invisible. There's 2 hits. It only takes 4, just like it would in the original. Come on, Ganon, just one more time. One more time. One more time, please. Please, Ganon. 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 Hey, Ganon, Ganon, don't do this. Very rude. It started out so well, and then this happens. All right, there we go. We have roasted the pig. We're going to pick up his Triforce of Power. And then we're going to come in here, and we're going to rescue Link. This actually isn't Link and Zelda that you're seeing here. They're kind of like mascots that they use for the Satellaview that were based off of those characters. So, but we'll just say it's Zelda and Link. Time is going to be coming up very shortly. It's once I leave this next room and it fades to black and time. And there we go. So that was BS Legend of Zelda, the 100% category, completed in what? Less than 37 minutes? Great. I'll take that. My PB is like a mid 35, so to get a 36 in a marathon is not too bad. Not too bad at all, folks. So yeah, that run actually went pretty well. A little dodgy on the bomb drops in the beginning, but other than that, we made it through with not really too much of a problem, which is always nice. Yo, I see lots and lots of GGs in the chat. Thank you all very, very much for those. I greatly appreciate you all being here and for your donations and support and everything. Very cool to be doing this, especially very close to the end of this marathon. Sad that it's going to be ending, but you know, all good things must do so eventually. But coming up next, if you are enjoying at least listening to me, well, you know what? You're in luck because we are going to be doing commentary for a very cool run that got unlocked because of all of your generosity. And that's going to be the Final Fantasy X cutscene remover percent being done by the ever-dashing Moonblaze Wolf. So that is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be doing commentary for that. So I hope you stick around. But if you enjoyed what you were watching here, if you enjoyed me, or maybe a combination of those things, or you want to see some really cute puppies, plural, yes, we have added one to the mix. Please do follow me on my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to see all of you there, enjoying what I'm doing and my wonderful dogs and all of those things and all the cool vibes. So yeah, thanks again for having me. I'll be seeing all of you soon, or you'll be hearing me soon. But Freya, I'll toss it on over to you so that we can get moving here.
Thank you so much for that amazing run. It was utterly, as a runner of Z1, was utterly fascinating to see how they made all these changes and kind of compressed the overworld and just did so many different things and used a lot of creativity in trying to retell an old story.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's and here's the thing. There are a lot of people that are fans of the Zelda series that have never even heard of this game, let alone seen it. So whenever I get to do it for events like this and whatnot, it's always a treat to introduce people to it for the first time, because there's still plenty of people that need that introduction. So it's definitely a cool thing.
So next up, we're going to have Final Fantasy X by Moonblaze Wolf. So as you can see on screen, there are Yeti shirts. $5 from every shirt goes straight to the Trevor Project. Amazing, amazing charity. And we're not sure how much longer you actually have to pick those up. They might go away as early as midnight Eastern, so you might have only an extra hour to get them. So definitely get those in. Those are amazing. Grab the shirts. Those are amazing, amazing shirts. This is the 4th Trans Black Mage shirt that we've had, and we're going to have all of them, and we're going to be so happy to have them, and we hope that the Yeti keeps making us more Trans Black Mages. We have a $5 donation from Chedley, which says, "Good luck, Vonnie. It's been so much fun watching you go from developing and practicing strats for BS to killing it in marathons." And we have a $15 donation from Botulism Sauce, which says, "Bahamut will be named after me if no one stops me. Ha ha ha. Please read in Titus laugh." Unfortunately, we do not know what a Titus laugh sounds like, so hopefully that was close enough. So the next incentive coming up is Name Titus. We have naming 4 characters in Final Fantasy X, and Titus is going to close as soon as the run starts. We also have a $50 donation from Mad Mega, which is with no comment. Thank you so much for your donation. And we have a couple incentives coming up. First is naming the characters, and the second is watching the ha 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 cutscene, which happens about an hour into the run. We are just over $900 short of that. And you know what? If every single one of you watching donated $5, we'd meet that incentive right now. So let's get a $5 donation train going, and we can start raising money for this amazing, amazing cause.